versatile item here. I want to be using it for us to be knighting the people that we deem fit to be participating in our kingdom, and have them all line up right there in front of, on their hands and knees, preferably their eyes looking down, and let me do my thing. I would actually prefer maybe an electrical outlet to this thing, and while I'm doing this, just and really let them have it. I do not want this to ever reoccur with any other peoples on the face of the earth, especially the indigenous people.
Aloha. Hi, aloha my friend. I'm glad I'm able to get over here to kind of get some of your manaho. I love it. I love where you're coming from. Can you please share your name, who you are, what you're about, and I love your props. Explain some of those too.
Aloha, there is, as far as I'm concerned, my name is Kalani Sam. I am Kanaka Maoli. I've grown to understand that, and I'm not only that. I'm truly. I think many visitors visiting our islands when I was in the industry, the visitor industry, as of up until last year. Some that were aware as to our concerns here in Hawaii were extremely blessed and impressed by my presence, or them being in my presence, and I in return in theirs, and I found this mutual understanding as to them understanding what our people have gone through and been put through by the insurgents, USA. But I like to see, to make everybody be able to understand, USA. They are truly, the biggest asses on the face of the earth. And if anyone doesn't understand that, well, they got some of this plugged in their ear.
Yeah,
by the way,
what is that?
This is what I call my le'akaka. Of course, this is a toy. It's a kaka toy. For those that don't understand what kaka is, kaka in English is shit. Or to some of you that are a little bit more educated, excrement. E-X-C-R-E-M-E-N-T. Excrement. Can you just feel it? It's when I say it that way, it's more the liquid form rather than the form that I have now. But this is very appropriate for present day Hawaii. You know what? We've been through a lot. The Hawaiian people have been through a lot, and of course, Hawaiians, along with all indigenous peoples of the world, all Akamai people of the world, which is intelligent human beings of the world, we're all on the same page. It's all others that I attempt to try to have compassion for them, but I have no time for them. I need to persevere with helping my own people first. It all begins in our village first before we can step out and help the rest of you out there. But up until that point, we welcome a lot of you arriving in our village, and I especially enjoy the idea of you also returning to your own villages after you're done spending in my village. I say mahalo nui loa to all you wonderful people. As of the last census last year, I believe Hawaii reaped $11.2 billion in tourist funds coming into our state the year 2010. So I say mahalo nui. But again, for those that know when your welcome has been overextended and know when to leave, and you have truly left, my aloha extends back. Please return to our lands. Otherwise, no. Get out. It's that simple. You're an unwelcome guest, as all all peoples throughout the world are well aware as to when people have overextended themselves. The Hawaiians have been extremely gracious and generous in the last 118 years to be so kind, to continue to do the same. But enough is enough as far as I'm concerned. Okay, now we have something going on that the U.S. is trying to push upon us, and one of our puppets that profess to represent us, Mr. Akaka, he's a senator in the Congress right now, U.S. Congress, of course, U.S. Congress, not Hawaiian.
Inouye's puppet.
Definitely. Inouye is another one. But all of those people that are there representing so-called Hawaii have really taken full advantage of really Hawaii has been a stepping stone for their own benefit, for their own gratification. It's not for the purpose of the Kanaka Maoli or any of our people. So enough with the kukai. We need to go and bust up all those stepping stones that we see that even hints of anything formed like our islands or representing our islands. Enough is enough. And so therefore, again, Akaka has a bill out that the U.S. is, that they try to push, and it doesn't give us the full entitlements as an independent nation as we're entitled to. We don't even have to know that we're entitled. We know it's ours. It's that simple. There's no discussion needed as far as I'm concerned. I don't care who has so-called idea. Let's have a win-win situation. Shove that win-win situation up your fucking ass. It is that simple. It's that simple. Enough is enough. So therefore, I wear this kaka. You know, many people would think, and especially when I'm around some visitors that may think, for those that are akamai enough to understand that we had lei pala'oa that we were known for, which was worn by the ali'is. It was a very special adornment worn by our ali'i, and the pala'oa was the ivory whale tusk that was carved and formed like a hook, and then it was connected by braids of hair, and that was one of the most highly prized jewelry that was used by the ali'is. In this day and age, I guess Walmart had mine and adjusted it to the times here, because we were truly, you know, we are still truly a gem on the face of the earth, as long as we Kanakas still exist, to be able to speak out and speak without any fear of any kind of concerns, but knowing that what we say is Kanaka Maoli connected, and it's for the benefit of the illegal occupation of our country here by the insurgents, U.S. insurgents. But I wear this lei now when I walk in. I love the idea of people doing a double take, thinking that it might be a lei pala'oa, but when they come closer, they're thinking, oh my God, could it be a Tootsie Roll? No. Could it be a cigar? No. Could it possibly be a piece of shit? Right on. You will connect as one of my friends of the future. For those that are that akamai, I have this tendency to attract people with intelligence. So those that are willing to eat it, okay, I welcome you to eat it. For those of you that would like to smell it, you know, whatever way I can communicate anything I have to say concerning all the kaka that the Hawaiians have been put through by the U.S., I welcome you to use any sense you like, all the senses available, whether you wish to taste it, whether you wish to come up close and smell it, or whether you're having to really observe and look at it. You know, I welcome that. Or maybe the ear too much opala inside. I welcome the idea of being able to assist you in doing that. But again, I think one of the best is to, you know, smoke it one way or another. We need to smoke this shit.
I see you got some writing on the back of that.
Oh yes, you know, this kaka has a name. My kaka's name is, my kaka's first name is, there's a letter A here for A-Ka-Ka. Everyone gets with the program, KAKABILL, and kaka anything here in Hawaii, that the Hawaiians find it very they're sensitive to anything U.S. that we're knowing does not belong. That's in the kaka category. Kaka nui, big shit. Okay, now the last name of my kaka is Su, S-U. Now, for those of you that may not know what kaka is and can't even get the gist of it, well, I've lived in the land of the people that have taught me my English, and kaka is shit, 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 su, shit, su. So the full name of my kaka is Asu, Asu. And so that's a complete name, and spelled backwards, it's USA. It's synonymous with kaka. Notice, it's the same. There's no, as the French would say, there's no différence. No difference. Okay, so that's my kaka. So wherever I go, if I'm involved anywhere that's going to be having to deal with some sort of discussion concerning my people, and having outsiders try to redefine my people's history, I don't give a flying rip what it is. I will be present with my leg kaka. And because, you know, as the conversation goes on, I will not have to say a word, but, you know, I can show just by the way I handle this precious item here that's very apropos for this time and day under the U.S. system. Now, if I sense that there's something that's not quite smelling too okay, I just need to put this up to my nose and just do a little bit of this and look at that person smack in the eye. Something reeks of stench here, and I'm knowing better. But don't worry, I've got something for that. What's that? But also, if I'm sensing people are trying to make us eat shit, I'll be chewing on the kaka because I'm knowing what they're doing. They're wanting me to eat shit. No, I won't. I'm going to come and feed this piece to you. And then again, if you're really trying to make me climax by saying something so derogatory, so off the wall, guess what I'm going to be doing with this? I'll be out of control, really out of control. And you better get the gist of this. It's like, this is up and beyond the bullshit that the Hawaiians should never have to be put up with on our own turf. This is my country. It's that simple. So I'm hoping for those of you that are out there that understand with my subtleness about how I communicate, that is the way I wish to communicate. If people don't get it, by all our Hawaiians out there with the PhDs, if you still don't get it, it's obvious. We have to go completely in a circle. It's a circle, that a full complete circle. And if you couldn't handle that, and if you didn't wish to respect our intellect, well, fine. You know, you go over that edge, guess what? You're gonna arrive smack where you belong, in KAKABILL or KAKABILL. You know, that's just the way it is. But you know, for those of you that cannot handle the stench, you know, I have something that I feel that, thank God for you Americans. You Americans are really on top of it. And you know, I appreciate you people having had created these wonderful products by Febreze. For those of you that cannot handle the extensive shit that we wallow in continuously since 1893 here in Hawaii, and anyone that's telling a lie out there, you know, Febreze, an American company, has created these wonderful items for us to take advantage of. First of all, we've got, I continue to insist that, and of course the U.S. insists that we must always be people of aloha, and I continue to be so because of Febreze. Notice, they have Febreze Hawaiian Aloha. Hawaiian aloha. That's fabulous. So I can continue to freshen the air that we know there's no kind of freshener that could possibly alleviate any of the stench that has been caused by the U.S. Nothing can cover that up but them being thoroughly removed from our source, from our lands here. Another product that they make is for New Zealand Springs. So from Aotearoa to Hawaii, it all stinks throughout all of Polynesia. It stinks beyond imagination. But thank you, Febreze. Mahalo. Okay? And then, you know, again, as I've said, we're really still a monarchy. And I'm knowing that. So because due to, as you can see, I have this little plunger. This is what I have come out as to a possible. I mean, I every time I look at it while I'm in my room and I look at it, and it inspires me that there's hope. The Americans also make these wonderful tools that can be used to eliminate the kaka, whether it be in your head. It works. It's the Hawaiian lobotomy. Tugunk, 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 and it works. I promise you. You let me personally do it. I promise you, no brain left by the time I'm done. And if you cannot have people that are either pure empty-headed, no brain, you better be smart to understand that of our concerns as Hawaiians. You would be that intelligent to either be on our side or you're not. So thank God for, notice here, Easy Flow. Easy Flow Company has created this wonderful tool for the Hawaiians to take advantage of. They want us to have no more of this stucking up our government here in Hawaii. And as far as I'm concerned, the Americans profess to have given us democracy. It's democracy, or demons, that have caused this kakasi here in Hawaii. There's nothing democratic about any kind of democracy if they go in bringing in the excess aliens in numbers to allow them to vote in their voting system, and again the end result is due strictly by numbers, not intelligence, not to legitimate intelligence of the Kanaka Maoli or any indigenous peoples of the world, such as what has happened in the continental U.S. just last week, watching Diane Sawyer on Channel 6. It was Channel 6. It was about the Lakota Nation, the Indian nation. She went to North Dakota and she did a story. They've been doing a study for the last year on the poor Indians. Yeah, and how awful it is for them to be in their predicament. Guess what? The U.S. are artistes at doing that to any peoples that they're not pono with, or in agreement with, or homogeneous with. And again, it's the rest of us that have to suffer the consequences, that have been through all that, that are aware that we are truly the only intelligent peoples on the face of the earth, are the indigenous peoples, and the Amish and the Mennonites. Well, that's that about that. But I have this, that every time I go anywhere, if I'm involved in being anywhere, I will put this up saying, enough with the shit. A kaka ole, anything that comes near to anything kaka, I face this to you saying I'm in disagreement with you. That's my subtle ways of doing it. If it's something that's very good and pro-Hawaiian, pro-Kanaka, I turn it the other way. And as you can see here, you know, Dr. Sai is a gentleman that has done his thesis concerning the illegal occupation of the insurgents of America in my country, in my people's country. And Dr. Tsai is now a PhD. He has also brought a lawsuit against the United States government, including Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the head of the military there in Washington, D.C., and the head of the military here in Hawaii. But he had to decline President Barack Obama from his lawsuit temporarily, and because according to U.S. laws, so here we are being gracious Hawaiians and being very courteous. We continue to do that for the last 118 years of courtesy. We are professionals at that, but no more. There's been a there hasn't been a mutation out there. I am truly a pure form of the disgust and the disdain of the U.S. Occupation of our country and any other indigenous peoples throughout the world. I am truly disgusted. I don't need to feel all right about it. I don't need band-aids. No, that needs to stop. I would rather fester and die, but I insist that I will not be the one to be dying. And of course, Dr. Tsai has allowed me to have hope once again of the necessity of hanging in there. So on this side I have I, which is yes in Hawaiian, and just for Dr. Tsai. I am for Dr. Tsai and all that he does. He's already passed the first set of courts. He's into the second now. So again, he said we need our patience. Okay, I let him do that end of this this circle. What's this? What's this circle with the lions? What do they call it? The one they did for that Broadway show. The Lion. The Lion King.
Lion King?
What do they call that? The full circle of life, circle of life?
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Tsai is at one end and I'm at the other end. We're going to get any which end that's necessary to allow us to get our point across. And another thing that you know, people need to be concerned about, I have this chart that allows us to be aware. My pain level. My pain level, you know, I mean, the Americans like to think that they are allowing us to have no hurt here, no hurt. No, I differ with them. We're at this end of the spectrum. The worst hurt is right here on to my left here is the worst hurt. Every time you go anywhere, when you're having an operation in the hospital, they always ask you, what's your pain level today, sir? You know, from 1 to 10, what's your pain level? Well, the Hawaiians have had this excruciating pain at this end for the last 118 years. I yearn that by the time Dr. Tsai is done, and along with the other Kanakas that come forward and are up on the same level, such as Dr. Tsai, and I will say myself, we yearn to be here someday. No hurt, no more pain. Okay, people. Okay, so that's my chart, which I just love that chart. So I yearn for the day when I can feel like Oprah, where I can say, crowns for everybody. This is our monarchy. I'll give you whatever color you want, you know? So again, I just like Oprah, you get a crown, you get a crown, you get a crown. You all get crowns. We are a monarchy. So again, I'll have whatever color, and we'll create new colors. But those that wish to be knighted by moi and others, I wait for you to be knighted by our people. And believe me, we have these in all different sizes, from small, from li'i to nui. Nui, you know, because there's been big shit that has been spread over us, and we've been forced to wallow in for all these years. And now we have we're having to contend with the military, with Governor Abercrombie, li'i nui Abercrombie, bringing all that military business in. And I must say, I thank this Mr. Tony Castagna that I've seen on Olelo, that Pono filmed. I said, I need to sit down and talk story with that brother. We need to connect. And I love him for sharing where he got that information from concerning Abercrombie. And I was around at the university when Abercrombie was a teacher there, or during his studying there, and then of course also his having to be against the Vietnam War, against the military. Isn't that interesting? This is another perfect example of the disdain I have for, that's a hint, he's obviously an American. And any Hawaiian that plays that game is the same. So therefore, I'm going to have another one of these so that I can put one over each ear, and I digunk, and I bring you back to the way you're supposed to be, which is of truth, being pono, just like the guy that is filming me at this moment. Pono.
Mahalo, mahalo. I appreciate everything. If anybody else would like to get any more of your manalo, do you have a way that they can contact you?
Kalani Assam, small letters, at yahoo.com.
Could you spell that, please?
Kalani, Assam, ASAM, at yahoo.com. But don't worry, I'm ready. I'm ready. If you feel a big suction, it's not my lips on you. I promise you. I'll be doing what must be done. I'm doing an exorcism. I will get all that caca out of you.
Watching the world go by, my friend, somebody gonna die if I see my tutu cry again. Hawaiian man, Hawaiian land, I rap it for YM, and if you ask me why I rap Hawaiian, then I tell you cause I can. You cannot understand, so you start dissing. The last person that tried to shut me up is still missing. This is the land, so tell me why must we pay rent? If I happen to ignore you, it's because you're ignorant. Pidgin is the dialect that I select when I talk. Ikia oike o little Hawaii, but tell me, can you walk the walk? You say library, I say library. I tell you why I call it the library, cause that's where they bury all the lies you can't believe. Everything you read, the words of our kupuna is all you really need, and then you tell me that I'm arrogant because I call you ignorant. When it's apparent that you're blaming me for your stupidity, when you should blame your parents. Pilgrims, that's the way it is. Not prejudice, I'm just telling it like it is. My words upset your belly just like indigestion. To snap or not to snap, that is my question.